Hey there everybody, Lord Spoda here. Now I just can't get over what it must have been like to be on that plane moments before it crashed. Now we've all been on planes before. We know what probably happened. You know, the plane went up, it leveled off at 38,000 feet. The captain radioed out that you could unfasten your seatbelts, and so you can hear the rustling of clothing as people stood up. You can hear the clack of overhead bins as they opened them, people going to the restroom, just a typical flight. Meanwhile, the captain in the cockpit tells the co-pilot, Andreas Lubitz, that he's got to take a leak. So he gets up and he leaves the cockpit, goes to the bathroom. Now Lubitz stands up and locks the door to the cockpit. Then he goes over to the autopilot and reprograms it to descend the plane to 100 feet. He flicks the switch, then he sits down calmly and basically just sits out the ride. Now outside, the passengers probably noticed that the plane was started to descend. You've been on a plane before. Usually an hour out or so you can feel that little subtle thing as the plane starts to descend. And they probably noticed it but probably didn't think much about it. Meanwhile, the captain comes out of the bathroom and tries to get back in the cockpit. It's locked. He's knocking on a door. He's radioing in to the co-pilot to let him in. Co-pilot ignores him. He's still just sitting in his seat, breathing evenly, not stressing, very calm. Meanwhile, the captain, sensing what's going on, he knows the plane is descending. He's beating on the door. The passengers are probably getting alarmed. And on the voice recorder, you can hear them screaming those few moments before the plane slams into the mountain at 430 miles an hour. You can only imagine what it must have been like knowing that you're going to die in mere seconds as that mountain came rushing up to them. It just trips me out and it kind of makes me scared to fly on a plane again, even though, this is a 1 in a million weird incident. But, yeah, it's just trippy. And before anybody starts yelling at me, I'm not saying these passengers are going to hell. I'm just saying they had to go through hell to get to that other place. So, anyway, YouTube viewer, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think it must have been like to have been on that plane in your head. Just try to imagine it and comment below, and we'll discuss it. All right then, Lord Spoda out.